Hey friends, okay, so this month's Local for Local is kind of special to me because this one we have some history with my own family. Today I'm at Freedom in Motion, and in a little bit I'm going to introduce you to Coach Tyler, but I got to share this with you, okay? So when Daniel was little, we used to go to Freedom in Motion when they were at their old spot, which is that way. And Daniel did classes there and loved it and had so much fun. In fact, we even had one of his birthday parties at that location when Bennett was a little toddler running around, okay? Then they moved to this location when Bennett was a little older and Bennett started taking classes here. Well, now Emily is 4 and now Emily has started taking classes. What's really cool is that Coach Tyler, who you're gonna meet in a second, he was like 14 when they opened this business, okay? He was a student too. He was a kid. And then by the time Bennett was taking classes, Coach Tyler was one of his coaches. And now he's coaching Emily along with some other awesome coaches. So I'm getting a little welled up here because I just love the story of this business, which he'll tell you a little bit about, and just the history and the community of it. So come check it out, and I'm going to introduce you to Coach Tyler. Come on.
This is Loco for Local, where you can find out all the great places to support right here in our community.
Yay, Coach Tyler! Yay!
How's it going?
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for meeting with me today. I was just telling the story of like the fact that you were 14 when Jimmy started this business, and then you taught Bennett, and now you're teaching Emily. Oh my gosh, like I was getting a little welled up, little mama bear in me.
Yeah, it's been an adventure.
Yeah,
from the very beginning.
So tell me a little bit about the history of
I think we got a pretty fun story. So the owner, Jimmy, he actually started first a club at his high school. So they had a parkour club, and at the time it started really small, but then it grew to where they had around like 100 people consistently coming to these meetups. And so it got like really big and they were super excited. And then, came time they graduated high school and they wanted to start a parkour park. And they were looking to have it be a public park for everyone to be able to use. And so they went down to the city and brought their proposed plan, and unfortunately the city was like, we can't do that. But they were a bunch of kids just trying an idea.
I love that idea though.
That's
awesome. I get it though, for the liability probably is what the
I mean, as Jimmy said, there were some kids that walked down to City Hall with a plan of, can you help us start this park? And
and they're like, what's parkour?
Parkour? Yeah, so there's that.
But they pivoted.
Yes, they made a change. They decided then, you know what? If the city won't let us have a park, we'll just start a gym. And so in 2014, Freedom in Motion began.
And Jimmy was how old at that point?
I think he was like 20.
Okay, how impressive is that? Like a 20-year-old starts up a parkour gym. I mean, they started an actual business. I love that. Yeah,
he was like fresh out of high school. He had like one job beforehand. It was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do a gym, and here we are. We're building our 3rd location right now out in Riverside. And
no way, I didn't know
that. It's actually gonna be opening right in January.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah. So
and that's when they opened the one in the old location, and that was the one that Daniel started classes in, and that's when you were a student.
That's when I started coming to, I found the gym around around 2014, so when it was brand new.
Yeah.
It was super fun, and even then, we had a pretty dedicated community of people that just come into the gym, they bring their kids, they hang out, and we teach them what we can, and
And what I love is that, even Adam has taken some classes. I mean, my kids have all done classes with you guys, but this is really something from anyone. What's the youngest student you have, and what's the oldest student that you've had?
So for our classes, our standard is 4 and up.
Okay.
So anyone that's 4 years old or older, they could take any class.
Yeah.
Personally, I've actually taught students that were 2 to 3 years old. Wow. Up to I've had a couple private lessons with people that are in 60 to 70 years old.
I love that.
Yeah, so really all age ranges are totally welcome here, and we love seeing fresh faces.
And it's really focused on kind of skill set, and they have challenges and you teach them different things, and then when they pass that, then they kind of go to the next level, so they're continually progressing, right?
Yeah. Similar to like a belt system at martial arts, we have our levels with checklists.
Yeah.
And they just go up through those, and yeah, that's our system.
I love it. And then you guys, you do other stuff too. I mean, you have camps usually around times when kids are out of school, right?
Yeah.
Well, you have like competitions, but then what in the summer, spring, winter time, like when do you typically have camps?
Yeah, so whenever there's a break from school for even just a day, or there's winter break or summer break, we do have a lot of camps that go on at those times for the kids to come in from like 9 in the morning till about 3 p.m. and they come get a chance to try out parkour and give it a shot. And those are totally beginner friendly or advanced ones, because we have different leveled ones so that anyone can come in.
I love that. And then you guys also have competitions too. Are the competitions for is that like age-based, like ones for adults? Because I'm sure there's like a big adult community, a bunch of like you guys and gals like your age in their 20s or 30s that are super engaged in the culture, right? So how does the whole competition thing work?
Yeah, so we're part of a league of competitions, and we start off with the kids, of course. We have a youth division, and those go, I think, 7 to 11, and then 12 to 15, and then like 16 to 18. And then from there, we have our adult division, or as we often call it, our pro division, where we have the coaches and, of course, pro athletes that come in and give it their best. And we do speed, skill, and freestyle as our 3 categories.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So skill is really focused on the different moves, right?
Yes, it's precision, technique, control, showing that you've really mastered the movements and that you can use them in a variety of environments with different challenges.
And then speed, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. Is that like just how fast they move?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So it's about get one point, get to the other point, here's your stuff in your way, you gotta touch these points, you gotta go as fast as you can.
And they can do whatever they want in between as long as they touch those points.
Yeah, exactly. As long as they follow the basic rules that we set, which are typically pretty lenient, you just gotta get from one side to the other.
That's insane. I love it. I love
speed's super fun.
So, okay, so if there are folks that want to either get involved in classes or events or anything themselves, or for their kids, like mama bears like me, how do they get in touch with you guys? Yeah,
so if you go to our website, freedominmotiongym.com, and just click the Enroll Now button or try a class, then that'll bring you straight to us and give you a call and get you all set up. Or, more than welcome, you always just call the gym.
Awesome. You guys have social media too, right? You've got like Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, right? Yeah,
so you can find us at Freedom in Motion. So at Freedom in Motion on Instagram or Facebook.
Awesome. Yay. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
And then also don't miss the open gyms too. Those are really fun. So like if they do stuff in classes, then they can come and play and try it, and they have like an hour where the kids can just have fun. I know Emily and Bennett love that time too. So
I love open gym. I come to a lot of them. It's just a good time.
It is fun.
Jump around, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Just for a little bit.
For a little bit.
Just to try. It's actually really exhausting. You guys, I am so glad that you got to see a little bit of where my kids have kind of grown up and enjoyed. You have definitely got to reach out and find out more, because it is a worthwhile thing, and it makes them really exhausted, and it's a great form of exercise.
It's a good workout.
So especially
for the great workout. Adults, great workout. It's good for everyone. My children leave sweaty and their faces are like bright red, which is a great thing. No video games, all running around and playing. So that's it. Who are we going to have next month? I don't know. You'll have to tune in and find out. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for coming by.